What's going on, Scorpio? How are you doing? Hope you're doing super well. This is the Autistic Mystic, and this is going to be your reading for the month of May 2024. So in this reading, Scorpio, we're going to take a look at your overall general energy, some things you do not see coming, and also get some advice from your angels and spirit guides for you, and so much more regarding the month of May 2024, Scorpio. So before we begin this reading, as always, I do want to take a moment to let you know that you are very welcome here in this space with me as we go through this reading, and I really do appreciate you, Scorpio, in advance for taking the time to check this reading out. Now, if this general reading does resonate with you, you want to support the channel, definitely smash that like button, subscribe down below if you have not already for future updates. I would also really appreciate that over here, Scorpio. So without further ado, I'm going to pull the energy for you, and we'll see what is coming your way for the month of May. As always, I would like to thank the angels, the interdimensional beings, and the spirit guides who are overseeing this act of divination for the sign of Scorpio. Wow. Scorpio. It's going to be an intense reading. And month for you. Wow. Yeah, alright, Scorpio. So, before we get into the tarot here, we are going to show you some pre-shuffled oracle cards, and these oracle cards contain the energy that Spirit wants you to embody, that Spirit wants you to be in this energy for your own highest good in May. Okay, so let's just show you them in successive order, then we'll talk about it. You have the Moon, having to do with your feelings, your unconscious side and your emotions, your feminine side. You also have Cancer, the caring, which is the nurturer, the one who likes to stay home, you know, the mother here. And interestingly enough, Cancer is ruled by the Moon. You also have Pluto, shadow and mysticism, and of course Pluto rules Scorpio. You know, Pluto is all about the underworld, Hades, psychology, sexuality, secrets. And the first thing coming through here, Scorpio, is, you know, for a lot of you here, there's the universe is definitely, you know, potentially something with a Cancer, or your own mother, or someone who has nurtured you in your life, or someone who you're meant to nurture. There's something about a secret that I'm picking up on. You know, the Moon and Pluto has to do with the unconscious, things that are not really in the overworld. And with Cancer here, there could be a Cancer that you're dealing with who has a secret that it's up to you to really investigate. The Moon here is about your emotions. Pluto has to do with transformation, mysteries, secrets, right? So I feel like there could be an emotional truth, you know, an emotional secret that is going to be revealed to you here, okay, about yourself or someone around you. Could be your family member as well, because Cancer and the Moon has to do with like your home. So there could be transformation and secrets coming about, you know, the place that you live right now. But I feel like for many of you, it's more so about a person here. And for many of you here, there's definitely something about creating transformation in a way that is not overtly obvious, and it doesn't necessarily have as much clarity as you might want here. The Moon and Pluto combined is the energy that you need more of, right? So I feel like an intuitive thing here about Scorpio, about you're going to intuit, you're going to psychically know the truth of a very key situation, a very emotional situation having to do with people in your life in May 2024. But even though you know the truth or a secret is being revealed to you, it's almost like you're better off just kind of keeping it to yourself and doing very minimal extroverted change to this for some of you. There could be a lot of transformation that's going on within you at the emotional level as well. But, no matter what you have going on here, Scorpio, I feel that something is definitely blowing up in your face in some sort of way. And it could be someone that, that you're meant to nurture in some sort of way here as well for some of you. I feel like your true emotions for someone could be coming out, and it could have to do with a major, for some of you, quite a dramatic situation. Not for all of you, but for many of you, I'm predicting in May 2024 that there's going to be quite a dramatic situation. For some of you, it will involve a third party that is going to push you to emotionally know what is the truth about the situation, who is being honest here and who is lying. Because the moon and Pluto combined is the energy that you need more of, is you need to trust your intuition at this time. And, be caring for all people. If, you're going to know the truth about whatever blow up is happening. Someone could have made mistakes, someone could be lying to you here. But I feel like even if that's the case, there could be something about just like understanding that people are operating from their own level of consciousness. People, for the most part, are doing the best they can from where they are. So there could be something here about getting to the bottom of something that's blowing up and really trusting yourself to know which direction to move in as a result of this as a result of this situation. Okay, now it's going to make more sense as we go along here, Scorpio, but definitely I would say don't be afraid to keep some things to yourself. Sometimes people ruin things, or like sometimes, it's interesting. Now, for some of you, I get that there's a new love developing here in your life, potentially as a result of something going wrong, or as a result of a secret coming out, or you realizing the truth about what's really going on beneath the surface. And I feel like for many of you, there's someone here who either wants to nurture you and care for you, or for many of you, as a result of a blow up or as a result of a secret coming out here, Scorpio, in May, you're going to know exactly who to be loyal to, is what I really feel, Scorpio. There's going to be a situation that maybe you're going to have to nurture the undercurrent, the psychology that people aren't aware of here. So I would say choose your loyalties very carefully in May. So let's go ahead and get into the reading. Your opportunity is the Tower. The Tower has to do with a major foundation of your life blowing up. I get it as there could be an opportunity to kind of enter into a potentially dramatic situation as long as it actually changes you. For some of you, this is going to have to do with your home because, like I said, the moon in Cancer has to do with your roots, your home. And so for some of you, there could be a secret coming out about your family here that's very interesting. Now, some of you, Scorpios, with your own mother, whether she's alive now or not, or someone, a primary caregiver or nurturer for you in your life, I feel like there's going to be something here about a secret coming out about your mother or about your home. For some of you, not all of you, that is going to lead to a major transformation because Pluto has to do with death, transformation, rebirth to Cancer and the moon. You could discover a secret about your own mother here for some of you, and I feel like you're going to know exactly what you need to do with that secret, whether you need to keep it or whether you need to do something with it on your own, because something will be exposed here. There's no doubt about it, and it's almost going to push you into a completely different emotional state than you've ever been in. Okay, now here's the thing. The challenge is the Three of Cups. And the Three of Cups has to do with social interaction. It has to do with celebrations, but it also could have to do with an emotional third-party situation. So for many of you, your opportunity, the Tower and the Three of Cups being here in your challenge, I really feel like there could be a major change to one of your friend groups. Or for many of you, there can be something about a third-party situation where a secret about a third-party situation is coming out. And it's up to you to not take the surface level reality here because the energy that you need more of is the moon, Cancer, and Pluto. And for a lot of you, there could be a third-party situation that's going on behind your back that you already knew. Or there could be something going on with people that is not sitting right with you. And I feel like ultimately it's going to push you into your true power this month in May. I feel like there's a high probability that this is actually going to be a relief. You might discover something that you suspected here is what I really feel within one of your relationships that's going to lead to a lot of peace for you. Whether or not this leads to you just separating from this situation, or it leads to someone new coming in that could be involved in it. We're going to have to get in to wait to see, because here's the thing. You actually have a beautiful month ahead of you overall. You have the King of Cups, the Nine of Wands, the Nine of Cups, and the Hanged Man. So, this is very positive emotional energy. The King of Cups is someone who has unconditional love. The Nine of Cups is someone who has a lot of positive emotional independence here, or someone who has a lot of synchronicity. There's definitely going to be a lot of synchronicity about your own emotions around you. The Hanged Man is about viewing something from a different perspective, or a temporary moment of enlightenment, or it's like someone being caught red-handed, which I think is funny. This person is like tied up and there's no escaping it. So I feel like there's like, there could be an emotional truth that sets you free here. You discover something that you suspected, and instead of your challenge is the Three of Cups. So there could be something here about you being drawn into drama and games. But I feel like ultimately here, some sort of secret is going to set you free. Okay? That's what I really feel here. Okay? Whether this is going to lead you into a new or an existing positive emotional relationship, it's likely for some of you, but there's not really. We're going to have to wait and see about that when we clarify. When it comes to what you don't see coming, I really feel like there's a choice point that you have now as a result of the information that you're getting, okay? That might not be obvious. You might not even have evidence for it, but you just know. And what you don't see coming, you have the Two of Wands, which is all about a choice point. You have a risky option in front of you. You have a safer option behind you. You have, it's like a fork in the road. You're going to have to go down this path or this path. You have the Seven of Pentacles, which is all about a good investment, or it's all about positive karma coming your way and gratitude, having gratitude for something. And then you have the Four of Swords, which has to do with healing and taking time out for yourself and resting. And the Four of Swords has to do with stability to the mind. And whatever's going on here, that's what's coming in for you. Stability to your own emotions and stability to your mind, because the Hanged Man and the Four of Swords is kind of similar, and they're right on top of each other in this reading. So I feel like there's going to be an overwhelming sense of peace coming to you here, but it may not involve you struggling to force an outcome. There may be an internal peace that leads to a positive outcome in the outside world eventually, and even this month for some of you. But it feels like there's going to be a weight lifted off your shoulders here about the truth of something that was once hidden, no matter what it is in your life, for all of the collective here. All right, and then in your advice here, you have the Death card, the Temperance card, and the Three of Wands. So the Death card is you. That's Scorpio energy. That's Pluto energy. Death, transformation, rebirth. It's a spiritual death rather than a physical one. You also have the Temperance card, which has to do with balance, moderation, healing, and emotional well-being. And I see a lot of emotional well-being coming up for you as the energy reads right now. And then you have the Three of Wands, which is all about remaining optimistic once you've made a choice. And it's about waiting for your ships to come in, not being in a rush. So there's nothing here about being in a rush. I feel like May here for you, for some of you, there's definitely going to be a lot of new love coming in for you as a result of clarity and who you want to pour your nurturing energy into, or how you're going to adjust that frequency. But for many of you, it seems like this is like a relaxed month after some sort of blow up happens, and it's like you integrating it here, because like I say, like the energy you need more of is the Moon and Pluto, which is not obvious energy. You know what I mean? It's more of like going into the underworld, the psychology behind what there may be. You may be missing factual evidence, but it's not going to change you from having it's not going to stop you from having a deep emotional transformation, is what I'm trying to say. Okay, so there could be someone messing with your emotions that you decide to remove yourself from the situation because it's not worth your stress anymore. Very powerful. I feel like this is actually going to be a really great month for you, but there is some sort of drama that could trigger it, or, it could lead you to be more so isolated this month. For some of you, your challenge is the Three of Cups, which could have to do with surface level relationships. You know what I mean? And maybe for some of you, you're going to take out time for yourself. If not, then there's some sort of key relationship that's gonna come in and give you a lot of love. But it doesn't seem like something where you're just running around being totally extroverted unless you have a lot of those placements in your chart. But let's clarify that Tower. Why is the Tower here for you, Scorpio, and your opportunity? It's an opportunity. You know what I mean? So I feel like the Tower being the opportunity is to act on the spiritual information that you're getting that's not going to be obvious. The energy that you need to roll with is to nurture yourself and others based on the spiritual truth that is coming to you. Or the emotional truth, the intuitive truth. But it might be something that, because there's no physical evidence or little physical evidence of something, you might decide to stay stuck in a situation that you know is not good or it doesn't work for you. But you need to trust what you don't see. You need to trust what the unconscious motives of the people around you are, especially if you are dealing with a Cancer, or this could have to do with your own mother or your primary nurturer, or this can also, for some of you, I'm getting, there's going to be a lot of clarity about who is worth you nurturing. You know what I mean? There can be a lot of clarity about that. So let's clarify what the Tower is here. Like I said, why is the Tower in your opportunity? The Ace of Wands. Well, the Tower is clarified by the Ace of Wands and the Lovers here. So yeah, to your love life here, someone that you believe to be a soulmate or a very key relationship, intimate, doesn't necessarily have to be romantic. I feel like it is for most of you here. The Tower clarified by the Ace of Wands and the Lovers here. For some of you here, there's going to be a lot of clarity about a third-party situation that leads to a foundation ending in your life. You know, for some of you, there's going to be a shocking awakening to the fact that someone that you're currently dealing with, someone from your past, there's definitely a third party going on here that is going to disturb a foundation, but it's going to set you free, first and foremost. Now, for others of you, Scorpio, this Ace of Wands and the Lovers card to the Tower is that some of you could really have a strong passion for someone as a result of a big dramatic situation or as a result of a foundation blowing up in your life. For many of you, I feel like if this situation involves many people, I get the intuitive sense that, you know, this situation is going to show you who's real and who's fake, or who has your best interest, who doesn't have your best interest at hand, genuinely. You know what I mean? And there could be, as a result of some sort of dramatic situation in your love life, there can be a real turn on here. The Ace of Wands has to do with male virility. It's kind of like it can also indicate the birth of a strong male son. So it just has to do with that fiery, potent, passionate, or even sexual energy. And that's your opportunity as a result of the Tower. So I really feel like there's a blow up coming your way that is going to really somehow turn you on. And even if it's just to turn you on to the truth, you know what I mean? You got to get off on the truth, or it's someone that you decide is worth your nurturing. So, you know, there's something about a blessing in disguise in this reading. But I feel like it's not anything that's going to be completely shocking to you. I feel like it's going to be something that you've gradually intuited about your life, or even about your love life, the people around you, that is now fully revealed that that like it's not going to be like a shock to you, but it will be a foundation blown up, you know. So let's clarify that Three of Cups. Why is the Three of okay, the Three of Cups is clarified by, in your challenge, the King of Pentacles and the Three of Swords here. So you have the number 3 twice in your challenge. King of Pentacles, you know, for a lot of the ladies out there, you could be dealing with a earth sign, you know, Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus, male, that is really breaking your heart, or it's just there's a very disturbing frequency here that can lead to heartbreak, whether it's someone heartbroken over you or you're heartbroken over the situation with a third party here. There could be something going on with that. For some of you, this could have to do with your work. King of Pentacles here. I'm getting it more so as a person. It doesn't have to be an earth sign, but it could be someone that's more so like a little bit grounded in the physical in some sort of way, Scorpio, you know, in some sort of way. Definitely, there could be an experience of someone valuing the physical and disregarding the emotional world, like the moon and Pluto and Cancer, and just doing something that is going to hurt you based on an existing relational pattern here, I feel, based on a third party. So there's definitely a lot of pain coming your way with this energy. So yeah, you know, and it's almost like for some of you now, it's like I said, it's going to become very clear as a result of this situation what the underlying truth of it has always been or is. You know what I mean? So let's clarify the King of Cups because... Okay. Yeah, you could be moving away from having unconditional love for someone, is what I feel. And that's really what I feel here. You know, Pluto's love is not necessarily unconditional. You know what I mean? Pluto and the moon. If someone had like the moon conjunct Pluto, they're not going to be an unconditional lover. And the King of Cups in your overall general energy is clarified by the Eight of Cups, which is about walking away from an emotionally unfulfilling situation. And the Seven of Wands, which is all about defense. You see this person on this card who's kind of being provoked and they have to defend themselves, something that's worth fighting for or something that's worth putting up a boundary with. And I do feel for many of you that someone that you've had unconditional love for, or other way around, can be really letting it go and putting up a boundary and getting to what's really going on at the psychological, secret, kind of mystery level about what's really going on here, instead of just accepting, oh, unconditional love on the surface. And like I said, it's going to set you free. There can be someone who's putting up a boundary with you, or for some of you, you're going to be putting up a boundary with someone who you once had unconditional love for. And what this is going to lead you to do for many of you is to trust your intuition in the first place, because I feel for many of you, you knew something was off for a very long time, but you had this like love in your heart for someone, but the truth is about to come out in some sort of way. And like I said, for some of you, this truth is not going to be obvious. You're still going to have to investigate it. And the moon, Pluto, and Cancer, if that was the energy you didn't need more of, I'd be saying you're paranoid right now. Trust the facts. Your challenge, though, is the King of Pentacles, the Earth realm in the challenge, clarifying an emotional card with Three of Swords. It's like you can't just trust the surface level right now. You have to dive deep, you know. So it looks like there's definitely a boundary and ending with a person in your life. Let's see what the Hanged Man is here for you. The Hanged Man is clarified by the Six of Wands and the Queen of Pentacles. What the heck? So the Six of Wands has to do with public victory. It's right after the Five of Wands, having to do with like training yourself for something. The Six of Wands is about getting attention and praise from other people in a fiery way. And the Queen of Pentacles is obviously a very grounded individual focused on their finances, or just someone who is very much so in the physical world. It could have to do with your career or just being more so grounded in some sort of way. But you're surrendering that. You know, that you're looking at that from a different perspective with the Hanged Man here. So for some of you, I feel like there's a new pathway that's going to open up for you as a result of that could lead to a real success in your career, that could allow you to make more money. Queen of Pentacles, Six of Wands. For some of you, there's going to be a person, though, that you feel, you know, you're having a change in their perspective. This could be someone that gets a lot of attention with the Six of Wands. That if this is not about you, for some of you, Scorpio, I feel that this is about you changing your perspective on someone around you who could really help you with your career, or someone here who could be like powerful, or you know, you could also, what this really could be is that you're going to trust your intuition. You're going to trust yourself to know that you can uncover what's really going on beneath the surface, and that frequency is going to lead to a physical new beginning for you in the physical world, whether it's a relationship or a job opportunity. Like this is the lifeline that you're now shifting to as a result of this blow up. So I feel like you're just like letting a blow up happen and the rubble's over there, and now you're on a new timeline. It's kind of what I feel here. And sometimes like true victory is allowing other people to feel like they have a victory over you. You know what I mean? Because I feel like, once again, the energy that you need more of is the moon, Cancer, and Pluto. So it's almost like quietly knowing someone's true intentions and then still like caring for them, but ultimately caring for yourself. You can't gaslight yourself. Someone's saying something, they're doing another thing. And so, yeah, let's just keep going. Where are we at? All right, I want to clarify your advice. Why is the Death card here in your advice? I don't feel like that clarification was that clear, but you know what? I just get what I get. Why is the Death card here for you in your advice? The High Priestess. That's so Moon, Pluto, and Cancer. The High Priestess, the Two of Pentacles, and the Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, so there's an ending to something that you've really been undecided about for a long time, potentially for some of you. The Two of Pentacles is someone who's like, I don't know, I could see it from that perspective, I could see it from that perspective. They're a good person, they're not a good person. Or there's no good or bad people, there's only good or bad behavior. But repeated pattern over time deserves a label, I guess. But, you know, but the Two of Pentacles is like, I feel like there's an ending to you struggling with your own intuition, going back and forth. Oh, I feel intuitively this way about the situation, but then I go back. And the Knight of Pentacles has to do with slow-moving energy. You know, the Knight of Pentacles has to do with energy that is methodical and systemized. And I feel like intuitively there's an ending to something that you've really been struggling to get to the bottom of. And now you're going to have no problem trusting your intuition on this situation. Whereas before you might have been blinded by the physical. You might have been blinded by someone's words. You might have been blinded by your own unconscious emotions for someone, and you don't know why you have those feelings. But that's all coming to an end now. There's going to be a lot of clarity coming into your life in May, and although it will be painful, don't take anything at surface level. Trust your intuition to make the changes, to let something go, and you're going to set yourself up for a great rest of the year. So with that being said, I'm going to conclude this reading. Peace.